Well, hello, my dear companions, welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. It was a while since I played this. I have no idea actually what kind of side stories we have left, because we're gonna focus on the side stories. I work so much nowadays, I barely have time to record nowadays, but I try my best. I try my best, and I want to try to finish this up. So we have other series. I have other series planned. And reaction videos too. So don't worry about that. But we did balance last time. That was the last one we did. Reflection we haven't done, and then we have self-love. So let's go do reflection. Yuri and Monika. Okay, that can be interesting. Boom. Boom. Bring your favorite snacks, your favorite blanket. Let's enjoy this. Am I bothering you? It was a while since I voice acted these characters too. No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared. When does this take place though? Because the other side stories, they have pretty much been in chronological order. I mean, this isn't the first time Monika and Yuri meet, so I guess this takes place after the other ones. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. Because if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yeah, she's a bit more serious. I am so bad when it comes to, how do you say it in English? Like, cold talk, just talk about nonsense in a way. I'm so bad at it. Yuri glances across the room at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. So they are really hitting it off. Maybe I should say something. No need, they just ran out of cookie. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are they are both a bit energetic. That's true. Come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Yeah, that's true, so now they are gonna... Okay, yeah, I see. Though, that may be partially my fault, since I am supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I'm probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh, but I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after the morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Not always, yeah, she read some messed up horror too. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There's still 2 more books after this one. I guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy might be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate that word, to the genres. I'll read everything with a depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I don't tell. So I won't tell anyone if you don't. If you do too. Oh, what? So Monika likes to read romantic novels? Okay. Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like... Please don't make me... Oh, sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Damn. Sorry, I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past, too. You know, things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things, it happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. It makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it too. No, I don't think so. I love anime and such. I don't think I will ever grow out of it. I mean, I don't watch as much anime as I did before. Of course, I don't have time really. But I will always like the media of the medium of anime. So, hey, we're talking about me. No, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that. I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah, what was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. I guess, let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked, Parfait Girls. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things and I got super into this one series that I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase when I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Kind of like Yuri. Monika. Sorry. That's completely wrong, so... It's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times. You know it. Mm-hmm. Wow, what the heck, is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that like 50 volumes long, so that I can say that I've read more than you. Not that I have any money for that. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. Oh yeah. I know, I was joking. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare. Natsuki. It's not boring. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion, I just think it's too convoluted. Sayori, are those from the floor? Is Sayori eating cookies from the floor? Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Just do it, the oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. She really likes cookies. She really likes her cookies. Sayori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does that she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly, she was just condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows well how much these mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it? I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in a literature club, so I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary, I just wish to be respected. That then, either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monika, but I'm skeptical. Yeah. I really want to see Monika and Yuri hang out. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the literature club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. But that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. Yeah. No, I'm not accusing anyone or of anything. I'm sorry if I came off like that. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the literature club, don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so. Sure. The cool things about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. Why can't I click anything? There we go. I couldn't click anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food?
I had them organized by category. Should I start with snacks, or do you mean full meals? Or should I include breakfast?
Sayori. Oh geez, yeah. Okay, how about your favorite fruit?
That's easy. Cherries.
Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty.
What? Cherries are delicious.
Well, that's a pretty strong reaction.
Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty.
How does it make you feel?
I don't know. Sad?
Defensive, maybe?
Yeah, I got defensive.
See? The reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. That is so true. That is so true. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty.
Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was only your own opinion?
It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori, let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty.
Good.
So what if I instead of that I said like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. You can express the
the same things in so many different ways. And I don't think most people are not really considerate about how they express themselves. As long as you don't call them nasty. Exactly, nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so Sherry's was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the Sherry's, I just talked about my feelings, and Yuri didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we receive an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes, I'm not gonna quiz you or anything, or something. I know that. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. True. But at the same time, if you can make someone happy, or at least not make someone sad by the way you express something, I mean, isn't that small effort worth it? I think that little effort is worth it if you can not make someone sad. But yeah. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help turn your differences into positive experiences rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, Sherry hater. Sayori, I actually like Sherry's. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. I've been duped. I'm sorry, Sayori, I'll make it up to you later. How about the Sherry Sunday? Ooh. You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. Oh, like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. That was, I was reading and not keeping track of them. That's enough, we're getting off topic. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try it with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Oh, this is gonna get... I don't know. Well, I'd rather not know. How come? Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just going to start a fight. Yeah, I think so too though. No, it'd be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child, you don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable? Your expression changes at that word. As Monika recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like, it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were just gonna say that manga's for children or something. Like I don't hear enough of that. But that's plenty of deep manga. There is. I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger. What? We didn't know that. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past the point in my life. I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me?
Okay, hold on, can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Well, maybe it's immature to
judge people for having different tastes than you.
Natsuki.
Nobody's immature.
This is gonna turn into a fight.
I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring.
Boring isn't subjective.
Okay, it bores me. That's subjective.
But, I mean, the thing about this is ridiculous. You see why I didn't want to participate in this. I knew it was just going to make people upset.
I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed.
That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. My god. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things that I am into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business.
What, have you looked in the mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all my interests immature.
Yeah, I don't remember really which one of those people. I mean, who started it? You can't.
Please stop. Please. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends.
I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Oh. Yuri's piercing words send the clubroom into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves.
Holy crap. I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed.
Well, you weren't really very nice either, so.
I was just saying. How did this happen?
It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate the conflict that I know how bad I am at when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid thing for me to do.
It's nobody's fault and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it up on herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on people, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things, it's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. But here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you were trying to do, but I really think that problem here is her. Not just like the way we talk to each other, right?
I mean...
Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sorry, she'll be reflecting on this. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should.
It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow, just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems.
This wasn't your fault, Monika. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our minds off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Ooh. Yeah, wow. Natsuki and Yuri. Oh my god.
Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want. But don't be mean to my friends, okay?
And poor Sayori just staying there trying to glue everything together.
Sorry. I'm just bitter.
Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monika says that, but her uneasiness is giving away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other the least out of anyone, and this is the reason. Yeah, they are so different. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves from manga, Monika sighs herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Would the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monika desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, the solution doesn't seem to be in sight. We don't know. No, that was okay. That was, yeah. As you know, I usually do 2 videos per side story, part 1 and part 2. So okay, that was that. That was that. Let's see how this resolves. Hope you enjoy, guys. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 these side stories, but I think there are a 7th one when you have unlocked everyone. So I think there will be 1 secret unlocked later on. So we have 4 more videos. So see you in part 2. Hope you enjoyed this. Tell me in the comments down below what you think about this, and tell me, let's talk about, how, how we can say things to people and how much we actually should care about how we express that. I mean, as I said, we can say meaning or a sentence in so many different ways and make the other person feel so many different ways, just the way we say it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you in part 2 very soon. Never ever forget to stay awesome. Toodeloo!
All the ways you blow my mind, yeah. People always